The Man Who Bought Tomorrow and Lost Today. The Hook, Meet Elias. At 34, Elias has a net worth that most countries would envy. He doesn't just own real estate. He owns the algorithms that decide what you buy and where you live. But Elias has a secret that no amount of venture capital can fix. He is the most successful man in the world, and he hasn't felt a single new emotion in 5 years. You see, when you're this rich, life stops being a series of events and starts being a series of transactions. The struggle, the golden cage. Most people struggle with the how. How do I pay rent? How do I get that promotion? Elias struggles with the why. He realized early on that money doesn't just buy things, it buys certainty. He has the best security, so he's never been afraid. He has the best doctors, so he's never been sick. He even has a team of analysts who vet his spontaneous dates to ensure they're compatible. He's optimized the struggle right out of his life, and that's exactly where the nightmare began. The turning point, the glitch. Last Tuesday, Elias was at a gala for a hospital he funded. He met a woman, not a socialite, but a nurse who worked there. For the first time in years, someone looked at him and didn't see a balance sheet. She invited him to a simple street-side diner. Elias arrived in a $400,000 car, wearing a suit that cost more than her college degree. But as he sat there, he realized he couldn't even order off the menu. He was paralyzed. He didn't know if he liked eggs, or if his nutritionist just told him to eat them. He didn't know if he liked the color blue, or if it was just the brand identity of his firm. He had outsourced his soul to experts. He looked at the nurse and asked, "How do you choose?" She laughed and said, "I choose what I might lose." That's when it hit him. Elias Thorne wasn't struggling because he lacked things. He was struggling because he lacked risk. Nothing he did mattered because he couldn't fail. He had created a world where the sun always rose at the same time, and the coffee was always the perfect temperature. He was living in a simulation of his own wealth. The outro, the lesson. Elias didn't give all his money away. That's a movie ending. Real life is messier. Instead, he started buying back his struggle. He started taking walks without a GPS. He invested in projects he knew would likely fail. He looked for the friction. Because the irony of success is this. We spend our whole lives trying to get to the top of the mountain so we can finally rest. But once you're there, you realize the only reason the mountain was beautiful was the climb. If you're feeling the weight of the world today, just remember, your struggle is the only thing that proves you're still in the game. Engagement call to action. If you had Elias's bank account, what's the first thing you'd do? And do you think you'd eventually feel the same way? Let me know in the comments. I'll be hearting the best insights. See you in the next story.